House Democrats get their chance to ask questions. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. To the directors of national intelligence and the CIA at a worldwide threats hearing, the day after a similar one in the Senate was overshadowed by a group chat controversy when a journalist was led into a high-level discussion of military plans.
If this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost.
Senator Mark Warner and Democrats demand a full investigation, while Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports this morning in the House.
Expect to hear more questions about why those officials are talking about future military operations against the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in an unclassified but encrypted signal app. President Trump says yesterday he stands by his national security advisor, Mike Waltz.
I don't think he should apologize. I think he's doing his best. It's equipment and technology that's not perfect.
Now, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz tells Fox,
I take full responsibility. I built the group. My job is to make sure everything's coordinated.
And he's investigating why and how the journalist number got mixed in. President Trump has signed new executive orders, and this one will likely be challenged in court like many of his others.
President Trump is ordering proof of citizenship for voter registration lists used in federal elections and requiring states to only count ballots received by election day. Federal law already prohibits non-citizens from voting. The order calls on federal agencies to work with states on voter lists and threatens to pull funding for states that don't comply.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The president's long controversially claimed the 2020 election he lost was rigged. Another executive order he signed dates back to 2016, directing the FBI to release all the files into what he calls the witch hunt, the investigation into whether the Trump campaign was working with Russia to influence that election. Now, speaking of Russia, the president's touting U.S.-led talks trying to end the war in Ukraine.
We are making a lot of progress.
Russia and Ukraine in negotiations this week have agreed to stop targeting Black Sea ships. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
We mentioned the intelligence hearings and the worldwide threats being overshadowed by the security breach and the group chat discussing military action. Well, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, listed China and Iran and Russia among the threats and something else closer to home.
Committee Chair Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas says the threat report placed a new danger at the top of its list this year.
For the first time, the annual threat assessment lists foreign illicit drug actors as the very first threat to our country.
Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, explained why.
Cartels were largely responsible for the deaths of more than 54,000 U.S. citizens from synthetic opioids.
That's more than the number killed in any terrorist attack or by a foreign nation. Most of the precursor chemicals for fentanyl comes from China. CIA Director John Ratcliffe says China could crack down on that, but won't, because they're part of an industry worth $1.5 trillion to the Chinese. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
While a court battle continues over controversial deportation flights a judge tried to stop, the head of Homeland Security will travel today to the country where the planes landed.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem's first stop will be in El Salvador, where she will tour the terrorist confinement center. This is where the Trump administration recently deported more than 200 alleged Venezuelan gang members to. On Thursday, she'll visit Colombia, meeting with the nation's President Gustavo Petro and the Colombian National Police, a specialized group aimed at countering organized crime. She'll wrap up her trip in Mexico Friday, meeting with President Claudia Sheinbaum. In a statement to Fox News, a DHS official explains Secretary Noem's trip underscores the importance of our partner countries to help remove violent criminal migrants from the U.S. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down modestly. The day after a slight 4-point gain for the Dow, the NASDAQ rose 83 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Construction is expected to start next month on 20 homes in Cookeville that will be occupied by homeless individuals or those in danger of becoming homeless. And according to leaders of the city's public housing authority who told the Herald Citizen this week that the so-called Redbud Village project will likely take 1 year or less to complete. The housing development will be located on Eagles Landing Drive off of Buffalo Valley Road. A Cookeville man is facing charges after pellets from a shotgun he discharged struck a nearby home. Cookeville police charged 70-year-old Randy Leslie Pigman with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment last week. An arrest warrant stated that officers responded to Pigman's neighborhood after residents complained that he allegedly shot a dog. The arrest warrant stated that Pigman admitted to shooting the animal and that officers discovered shotgun pellets had struck a nearby home. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06 and it's the 26th of March. Happy Wednesday, Sheila.
Happy Wednesday, Jason. It's going to be sunny this afternoon, a high around 60. We've got 41 right now.
Something, and I don't know what, is happening on, at least it was happening on I-40 down Monterey Mountain about the time you get to the first Cookeville exit. Saw it on my way in this morning. It may be cleaned up and I-40's fine right now.
I noticed there were a lot more cars on Willow this morning coming in. So I thought, what is going on?
Well, spring break's over now.
Is that what it is?
I'm guessing. Gosh, I don't know.
But we don't know if it was an accident or anything on I-40.
No, I've been looking. I looked on the Waze app and it didn't show me. So
But something's going on.
I'll keep trying to find out if that may impact your way into work. And if it does, just know that was there, and I'll continue to look, and I just haven't found anything on it yet. So.
Yeah, text us, message us.
Yeah, if
you
you happen to know.
Well, it's time for things you need to know.
That's right, Sheila.
After 7 years of dedicated service at the Cookeville Police Department, K9 Kylo, I think it's Kylo, K-I-L-O.
I figured it'd be Kilo since it's a drug dog.
Kilo, it probably is. See, I'm not into those drugs.
Yeah.
But I'm into the drug dogs.
You don't need them, Sheila.
No, I don't need them. It's probably is Kilo. Kylo would probably be K-Y. But anyway, Kilo has retired. And you know what? Those service dogs.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, they really do save people's lives, and they really do a great job.
I think they're cool.
It said while Kylo is trading in his badge for well-earned belly rubs and endless treats. Isn't that cute?
I can't wait till I retire to that.
He's always going to be a part of the Cookeville Police Department.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done his duty. I mean, 7 years for the K9 is pretty good.
That's a good bit.
He had a good run, so happy retirement to Kilo.
Man, it's so cool to watch them.
It is.
When they do their competitions and things like that, it's so neat.
And they've done demonstrations with those K9 dogs. And even, wasn't there a fire dog for a while, too?
I believe so.
Or it may have been on the Cookeville Police Department, but they could sniff out, fires and stuff like that, or... I may have dreamed this.
I want to say you did.
And I hadn't had any kilos.
Yeah. Tennessee Tech University School of Art, Craft, and Design. They're going to host their 27th annual Celebration of Craft. That's coming up Saturday, April 5th from 10 to 5. It's free, and it's going to be at the Appalachian Center for Craft. That's at 1560 Craft Center Drive in Smithville. So like all the different crafts that they do there will be on display. And
have you ever gone to that?
I've been to the Appalachian Center for Craft, but
that day is really good because
no, I haven't.
You can watch them do the fire and glass demonstrations, jewelry making. They even have some like performers.
That'd be fun for me and my mom to go to.
Oh yeah, it's really an interesting time. And then you can
drag her out of the house.
You can even see them build, like throwing clay and making.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Burgess Falls State Park, they're going to have Sunrise Coffee this coming Friday. You can register by going to Burgess Falls State Park on their Facebook page, but it said bring your favorite coffee mug, and we'll watch the sunrise with a warm cup of coffee or tea and then soothing sounds of nature. I think that would be some great, photo ops.
And where is that?
Burgess Falls
State
Park. And it said space is limited, but they still have a few remaining. So go on their Facebook page, Burgess Falls State Park, and there's a link there you can sign up for this Friday.
Coming up Saturday in Crossville, it's the Spring Fling Market. It's going to be at the Crossville Shooting Sports Park. And looks like they still have some space for some vendors. If you want to sign up for that, you can find them on their Facebook page.
Well, yesterday we had criminal defense lawyer, Brent Knight on with us. He's also a pastor at the Bridge Community Church in Gainsboro. And we forgot to talk to him about his podcast. He also has a podcast going on.
Oh, gosh.
So I ran across this and wanted to share it with you. I know a lot of folks were talking about how interesting he was.
Yeah,
as a
really
guest
cool.
Yesterday. And you can go back to Good Morning Cookeville, either on our News Talk 107.7 page and see that, or go to Hub Plus, and it's on demand.
It's on demand.
Yeah. But his podcast is called These Truths Podcast. And he does that with Zach Gant, and they were discussing miracles and wonders and other things like that. And real interesting podcast. I listened to one episode of that, but they just started that, I think, in March.
Oh, wow.
So this month.
Well, that's great.
And you can go to thesetruthspodcast.com if you want to hear other episodes.
If you've been thinking, what is this pickleball thing they keep talking about? I might want to do this pickleball thing, but I don't know anything about it. Well, the Pickleball Clinic registration is officially open with Cookeville Leisure Services at the King Creek Gym. It's a skills advancement clinic, and then they also have 2 beginner sessions as well. You can get registered cookeville-tn.gov. Then click athletics, and you'll be able to find that if that's something that you want to sign up for. You too can be a pickleball pro.
Are you going to sign up for that?
No, I'm not. Here's the problem, Sheila. I'd probably get too good to pickleball.
Oh, is that the problem?
And then there I'd be out on the pro circuit. And I wouldn't have.
You're immediately going to go pro with
and
this.
I wouldn't have time to come and do this show with you.
No, we can't have that then.
Can't have that.
No. Well, that's all I have with things.
That's all I got too, Sheila. I guess we're up. Your 2 cents is next. That's brought to you by our friends over at Freedom Pawn. They're at 49 Mayberry Street, beautiful downtown Sparta.
And here's the question, y'all.
Okay.
Name a singer who died too young you think would have given us a lot more great songs.
Keith Whitley.
You know what? That's I think that may be leading the answers.
I mean, that is the one.
And that's a great one. And there's a lot of good ones that really died too young. I know that one I thought of immediately was Prince too. I know that he was a little older, but it shocked me that he passed, and I think he would have written more songs.
I don't think he wasn't super.
He wasn't super young or super old.
Right.
But he was too young to go.
Oh, you're probably right about that.
But Keith Whitley, definitely.
sticking
Hank Sr.
with Keith Whitley. Hank Sr., absolutely.
I mean, was it 27 or 28? He was a 27 club, I think.
Yeah.
Way too young. And look at all he did in just his lifetime, all the songs he wrote.
Not just a singer, but Leonard Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Leonard Skinner. as a band.
Yeah.
You know,
Ronnie Van Zant.
I know they kept going, but
Ronnie was their main songwriter too.
Yeah,
And
so
it was really a huge loss for them.
right. So I guess I definitely put Ronnie Van Zant in there, but anyway, head over to News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub on Facebook, or Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook, and get to that. Tell us what you think. We'll get into your answers here in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio, and we'll be right back.
It's the Upper Cumberland Home Builders Association 2025 Home and Garden Show, March 29th and 30th at DeMonico Winery and Vineyards. With local vendors, shopping, exhibits, giveaways, and more. Tickets are just $5. Don't miss the Upper Cumberland Home and Garden Show.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-648-9174. 800-648-9174. That's 800-648-9174.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. Have you ever really spent time planning for life after work? If not, you're not alone. For most, it's a scary thought. Making sense of investments, Social Security, Medicare. To make it worse, the advice people typically get is from salespeople or family members who got their information from salespeople. We are here to take the mystery and fear out of retirement. The next step is yours. Call 615-851-1950 or go to paulwinkler.com. That website is paulwinkler.com, creating confident investors.
And now located in Cookeville.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window-1.
Artificial intelligence, AI, it's all you hear about. But how far away is it? And what are the potential threats from AI that could totally upend the way Americans live their lives? What will it do to the job market? What will the unemployment rate be? What does it mean for data privacy or cybersecurity? How about the banking system or national security? The ECB has already warned about a bubble in AI stocks. Could this spread to other sectors? If you have $50,000 or more saved for retirement, this may not be the time to wait and find out. Learn how you could help protect your life savings using precious metals like gold and silver. Right now, you can get a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. On top of that, you could get up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver with a qualified account. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD. One more time, visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD.
Saving energy saves you money. Whether you switch to Energy Star light bulbs, install Energy Star appliances, or add extra insulation. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Hello, we're Jason and Sheila. It's 6:18 now.
And our guest coming up a little after 7 will be Kenzie Simone. She is one of the instructors at Tennessee Tech, and she's going to talk about MAD topics, which is OCD and ADHD.
Okay.
It's coming up on April 5th. Then Billy Davis from Upper Cumberland Tourism.
That'll be fun. That's two really good guests coming up. That's after 7 here on Good Morning Cookeville. Now it's time for your 2 cents, and that's brought to you by Freedom Pawn. They're on 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Stop by and see them. Tons of great items to buy, and they're fair with their pawns too. So if you want to go and do some pawn stuff with them,
they're the ones to do.
They do a fair deal. They really do, and
good people.
Right, and they're all the time looking for good items for their store too. So stop by and see him for that as well.
Your 2 cents, name a singer who died too young that you think would have given us a lot more great songs.
I'm sticking with Keith Whitley.
I think that's a great one. Hank Sr.
Yeah.
and Prince.
Well, I don't think Prince was all that young. And he'd given us.
He wasn't real old.
He'd given us like what, 6 or 7 albums before
Maybe
then?
more.
And maybe more.
All right. Well, I had somebody
I mean,
else
not
here.
not that I'm like, hey, Prince, yeah, he was old. He should be dead. I'm not saying that.
He died too young.
He died too young.
Some others died even younger than him.
Right.
I gotcha. Let's see what folks are saying here.
Let's see, Sheila.
Oh, I think this is a good one. Sarah Bird said Patsy Cline.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That voice.
Mm.
She could take a song and make it totally like
ridiculous.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, that voice. There's just something about it. Archie said, easiest question I've answered all day. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen what Jimi Hendrix would have turned into and what he would have done with.
I think he'd have probably turned into a producer too.
Well, I think he could have ushered in a lot of new type of music. And, I mean, and that's the thing too, is like what would have happened to music if these people would have stayed alive?
Oh, Beverly said John Lennon. Yeah, he died too young. But I know he had Beatles, success with the Beatles, success in his, with his solo career. But a lot of that was after he died, like the album that he released.
Again, he for sure died too young.
But you're wanting even younger.
But I mean, again, the Beatles put out a lot of albums.
We have a lot of Keith Whitleys on here, Jason.
Yeah, I don't know how many albums Keith Whitley put out. Not enough.
Jim said Ronnie Van Zant and Hank Williams Sr.
Amen to that.
Oh, Michael, this is a good one. Karen Carpenter.
Oh, I'd forgot about Karen Carpenter. As many times they made us watch that anorexic movie in school.
It was it kind of like an after-school special too?
I don't know how many times I saw that in school.
I mean,
they were really worried about us being anorexic here at Cookeville High School.
It still may be with some of the young girls, especially.
It may be, but I mean, they were real worried about it. I don't know how many times I saw that thing.
That they showed it, and they kind of forced. Excuse me, that's not a good term when I say it kind of force fed you.
Yeah,
maybe that didn't sound good compared to what the subject was about.
That's right.
I was not.
How insensitive.
Well, I wasn't trying to be. I was just play on words there. Greg said Keith Whitley and SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's another good one. Yeah, absolutely.
Jim Croce is what Diane said.
How old was he when he passed?
I was thinking he was in his 30s.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, his big song would be Operator.
Or Time in a Bottle.
Oh, yeah. I like Jim Croce.
Big Bad Leroy Brown.
Oh, yeah, he has some good ones.
But he still was rather young.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a plane crash for him, too?
I can't remember.
Buddy Holly.
Oh, yeah, the Big Bopper and all that.
Vicky said Tom Petty. You going to say it again?
No, I'm
Tom Petty was 60-something.
I'm done saying it. You've been giving me the stink eye every time I say something.
Have I been giving you the stink
eye? A little bit. You have been. So
maybe it's the cat eye glasses.
Tom Petty, yeah, you're right. He had been.
But I mean, I didn't want to see him go. He was
Tom
still.
Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Then it was Tom Petty. He was in the Traveling Wilburys for a while.
I'm telling you. Christine said John Denver.
Yeah, he was in a plane crash too.
Whoa, there's a lot of them that died in plane crashes. Buddy Holly. Jason Bowles said Scott Weiland, Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Staley.
Forgot about all them.
Boy, yeah, the rock and rollers too. Oh, Sue said Toby Keith. I know he had a good career, but we didn't want to see him go.
What's funny is, you look at all like in the 80s hair bands, and everybody's like, man, these guys, man, they're using these drugs and
most of them are still going strong from the 80s.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they've and a lot
And
of,
I mean, it's not like they were like prudes. They were wild
right.
too.
And, you know, a lot of them still out there even touring.
Yeah.
Now, some of them have gotten to an age where they're starting to pass.
Yeah.
You know, there's very few that you can think of that, I mean, Motley Crue should all be dead.
Well, Nikki Sixx didn't
He
kickstart
did.
my heart and all that stuff. I mean, that was a true
Nikki
story.
Sixx did die for a second.
Wasn't it like a couple of times?
Um,
Or is it just one and then we've heard it over and over again? It made me think it was more than
I
one.
think it was just the one time that he technically died.
He really did.
Yeah.
They had to kickstart his heart.
What's funny is that he looks the best out of all of them right now.
He does.
And
He does.
Here's a guy who died,
And they brought him back to life.
and he looks better than all the other members of Motley Crue.
Well, he may have started taking better care of himself after that
He
death.
may
scare.
have. I mean, even Tommy Lee's looking rough.
Well, he always looked wild.
Right, but he's starting to look like, you know, he's got some age on him. But Nikki Sixx,
But he has got some age.
right, but Nikki Sixx don't.
That's Nikki Sixx. That old crazy Nikki Sixx.
Yeah.
Somebody said Elvis too. Michael said Elvis.
Oh, God.
42.
Yeah. Yeah, Elvis died too young for
But
sure.
you know, he was around so long. It seemed like he was older when he passed, but 42 is
That's-
very young.
That is not old.
But look at all he did. in
Come
his
to
life.
find out.
Yeah, we are way older than that now.
Yeah.
Oh, Elvis should have still lived.
Yeah, there's no telling what would have happened.
People just used and abused Elvis.
Yeah.
That's a sad. All of these are sad. Very sad. Let me see if I've got Stevie Ray Vaughan, Chris Ledoux. Somebody said Chris Ledoux, and Conway Twitty. Lori.
I forgot about Chris Ledoux. What?
I
How
think he died of cancer, didn't
how old was Conway Twitty?
he? I know he had 50-something #1 hits,
Yeah.
so he had a great career. But
Yeah, he did. And then Twitty City. Don't forget about Twitty City.
I loved Twitty City. I really did. It
Yeah.
was great. Little
I thought
Tweety Bird is a Twitty City.
I thought that was a fun little place.
It was. Oh, somebody said Janis Joplin and Selena.
You know what? Nashville got rid of all the fun stuff.
They did.
Twitty City,
Opryland.
Opryland. I mean, even Printer's Alley's not as fun as it used to be.
No, they commercialized it up too much, don't you think?
I do think
Yeah. It's not as seedy. You liked it when it was more seedy.
a little bit, you know. I mean, Printer's Alley, it should be a little seedy. I'm not
It's an alley.
I'm not talking that it should be dangerous and
Yeah.
there should be, you know, prostitution and all that going on there, but leave it a little seedy. We don't need to have it
Leave it a little sneaky.
how it's all clean and well lit.
You're like taking the fun out.
They really have.
They're making it safe and you don't like it.
Well, I mean, there used to be some mystery to it.
Yeah,
now
it
it's just
did.
part of the tourism trap.
It is. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with tourism traps, Billy Davis. I know you're coming in to talk about tourism. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have tourism traps
Yeah.
that we know of. Maybe
we
we'll
know.
talk. We'll ask her.
Well, yeah, we need some.
Dude, I got one more for you. Somebody
All right.
said Whitney Houston.
Oh, 100%.
Just hated that.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like,
Tupac
yeah,
and Biggie.
Biggie. And Biggie.
I mean, right? I
No.
mean,
I like Tupac better than Biggie. Biggie, I heard Biggie was mean.
guys, be careful today. Driving around, it's National Nougat Day, and you know how people get on Nougat Day.
I know how I get on regular days, let alone nougat day.
Right. So Nougat Day will be a lot of nougat drivers out there, and I just want to give you a heads up.
It gets sticky. Sometimes you're paying more attention to
Right.
the stickiness than you are the road.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just be real careful.
I've been guilty of that
on
many
National
times.
Nougat Day.
Yeah.
Coming up, spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music. That's on the way. Coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Construction is expected to start next month on 20 homes in Cookeville that will be occupied by homeless individuals or those in danger of becoming homeless. And according to leaders of the city's public housing authority who told the Herald Citizen this week that the so-called Redbud Village project will likely take 1 year or less to complete. The housing development will be located on Eagles Landing Drive off of Buffalo Valley Road. A Cookeville man is facing charges after pellets from a shotgun he discharged struck a nearby home. Cookeville police charged 70-year-old Randy Leslie Pigman with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment last week. An arrest warrant stated that officers responded to Pigman's neighborhood after residents complained that he allegedly shot a dog. The arrest warrant stated that Pigman admitted to shooting the animal and that officers discovered shotgun pellets had struck a nearby home. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat White County 12-0 in 5 innings. Senior Julian Yano pitched a no-hitter on the mound for the Bees. Russell Wilson is signing with the New York Giants to be their next starting quarterback. Wilson is signing a 1-year deal that could be worth $21 million and will get $10.5 million in guaranteed money. Jameis Winston also agreed to a deal with the Giants, who already have Tommy DeVito on the roster. With Sean Miller leaving Xavier for Texas, the Musketeers are bringing in Richard Pitino, fresh off his round of 32 exit with the New Mexico Lobos. Pitino went 53-18 in the last 2 seasons with New Mexico and made the NCAA tournament both years. He joins the Big East with Xavier, where his father, Rick Pitino, won the Coach of the Year award with St. John's. The Nashville Predators beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 last night. Elsewhere in the NHL, the Golden Knights beat the Wild 5-1, Blues over the Canadiens 6-1, and the Jets beat the Capitals 3-2. In the Capitals' 3-2 win over the Jets, Alex Ovechkin scored his 889th goal of his career and is now just 6 away from Wayne Gretzky's record. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Dollar Tree is expected to sell its family dollar business to a group of investors for $1 billion. The Wall Street Journal says the buyers are Brigade Capital Management and McCallum Capital Management. Dollar Tree stores are mostly in suburbs, and most Family Dollar stores are in urban locations. United Airlines says negotiations are continuing on a new contract for technicians. The Teamsters Union says more than 99% of technicians who took part in a vote on a proposal from the airline rejected it. United says it was not a contract vote because it has yet to propose a contract to technicians. Nintendo shares are up nearly 1%, following reports that a new Switch console is coming. Nintendo isn't commenting on the reports. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
National security is at risk, and China controls most of the world's supply of antimony, a critical metal for military and defense technology. Military Metals Corp is taking action and securing a Western-controlled supply with projects in Europe and North America. Critical minerals are the backbone of modern defense. Now's the time to pay attention. The stock trades on the OTC under ticker MILIF. Call your broker today or go to www.militarymetalscorp.com.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Despite chilly temperatures to start the day, we'll warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine to go around. Highs this afternoon will top out in the low to mid-60s. West-northwest winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly clear overnight with lows around 40. Winds will be calm. Thursday will be mostly sunny with highs around 70.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window studio at 6:35.
The high today is 61, and it's kind of chilly right now, though. We've got 42 in the Cookeville area. Our guest will be Kinsey Simone. She is a graduate professor at Tennessee Tech, or instructor, I should probably say. But she's going to have a panel called Mad Topics, and they're going to talk about OCD and ADHD. And that's coming up on April the 5th at Tennessee Tech. Then Billy Davis with Upper Cumberland, almost said Upper Cumberland Reporter in my head. Upper Cumberland Tourism.
Yeah, Upper Cumberland
Took a
Tourism
moment.
Association.
There's another word I should say too.
It probably don't matter, but
So many words. Upper Cumberland Tourism Association.
all right, spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. The Connors season premiere tonight on ABC.
Hey, is this their last season?
I think
I saw
so.
something that was some kind of advertisement. I mean, some kind of promo, and it said "saying goodbye to the Connors."
Yeah, I think it's their last season. The Future of Nature. That's going to be on your PBS stations, WCTE. And The Grudge. That's going to be on Vice, a series premiere.
The Grudge.
Caught is on Netflix, limited series there. $1 Million Secret. That's a series premiere on Netflix. Bref. BREF.
Does that stand for something? Is it something the cool kids are saying and we don't know?
I don't know. It's Hulu season 2.
Oh, this is the second season.
Right. And Apple TV Plus season 1 of Side Quest.
You got a side quest going on there.
Not anymore. I'm married.
It could. I was thinking side hustle too. It could be.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
That's what it probably is, Jason.
Disney Plus is reviving Malcolm in the Middle with a 4-episode limited series revealing the Wilkersons' 6th child. Christopher Matterson and Justin Bierfield return as Francis and Reese, joining Frankie Muniz. Bryan Cranston and Jane Kazmarek, I never can say her name right.
Well, I love those actors.
Yeah. Caleb Ellsworth Clark replaces Eric Sullivan as Dewey. And Sullivan, Eric, he left acting in 2010.
Well, Bryan Cranston was so great in Breaking Bad, I'd forgot he was a comedic actor too.
Yeah.
That's how great he was in Breaking Bad.
I always liked Malcolm in the Middle. It was a good show.
Great cast.
Girl Meets World star Rowan Blanchard has joined the cast of The Testaments, the Handmaid's Tale sequel that's in development at Hulu.
I didn't know they were going to do a Handmaid's Tale sequel.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale 2.
Oof.
Taking it off.
I don't know if I can take all that. That's very emotional for me.
Megyn Kelly is launching her own podcast network, MK Media. The first 3 shows will be hosted by journalist and 2A founder Mark Halprin, Daily Mail cultural columnist Maureen Callahan, and influencer and political commentator Link Lauren. That's according to the Hollywood Reporter. Megyn Kelly's done great with her podcast.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Everybody's doing it.
To have no fear.
Megyn Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like that about her.
I like Megyn Kelly a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Sheila, here's some big news.
What?
Sydney Sweeney has fueled breakup rumors by deleting an Instagram photo of her kissing her fiance, Jonathan Davino.
So why would she delete that unless they were not a couple anymore? Or maybe she's just trying to make
know.
a point. Maybe he was acting up, and she's like, delete.
Fans recently noticed its removal, though other photos featuring him remain on the feed. The couple, who've been engaged since 2022, reportedly postponed their May wedding due to busy schedules.
I'm busy.
She's been staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel despite owning homes in Los Angeles and not with old Jonathan Davino.
I don't even know who he is.
Jonathan, dude, what have you done?
Jonathan? I mean, you were going to have the most eligible bachelorette.
Yeah. I mean, what are you doing?
So you think it's his fault?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be.
You catch a fish like that, you put it up on the wall.
I mean, that's like a rare unicorn fish.
Bro, what are you doing?
A unicorn fish.
A hot to crazy scale, which I sent Sheila finally.
Yeah.
And a guy explains it perfectly. Now,
That is such a funny video.
funny, it's informative.
It's a funny video too, though. Like, so serious.
It's because it's true.
You think it is true, the hot to crazy scale.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Women are crazy?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. Men are never crazy.
The 2016 jewelry heist involving Kim Kardashian in Paris is finally going to trial. Remember that happened a long time ago?
I remember it, but it feels like it was several years ago.
A dozen suspects belonging to a gang have been charged. Kim pledged to be a witness for the prosecution. This May, she'll travel to Paris to testify under oath.
The horrible task of traveling to Paris.
Oh, well, I guess I'll go.
That was, like, I'd seen an interview with her about that, though, right after it happened. It was pretty traumatic for her. She was scared she was going to get killed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
they held her at gunpoint and everything.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
I don't watch The Real Housewives of New Jersey, but Teresa Giudice and her husband Louis Rualis are facing over $3 million in tax liens.
Whoa.
Yeah. That owes 300. She owes $304,000, and her husband owes $2.6 million.
Shoot, that's a lot.
Yeah. Man. How much money you got to make to be that far behind on your IRS?
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Prince Harry has resigned from Centibal. It's a charity that he co-founded.
He resigned
to
from
support kids affected by HIV in Botswana and Lesotho.
You know what? That was something his mom was a part of.
I know.
So he was continuing the work of her.
He quit his own charity.
What's up with that?
Meghan Markle.
What's the hot to crazy scale with that?
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, Sheila?
Oh, that's funny.
The Country Music Hall of Fame announced its new class. And
June Carter Cash, can I say it?
Yeah, June Carter Cash. She's going to be inducted in the veterans era.
I don't know why she wasn't already in that.
Me either. I mean, her whole family, they began.
Yeah, they basically started country music.
Yeah, the Carter family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad to see that. Plus, I mean, she did, married to Johnny Cash, from all accounts, didn't look like an easy job.
No. I mean, he credited her for saving his life. Her and her family, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carter family really believed in him and
Oh, yeah.
helped him detox.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he even went to their home in East Tennessee, and
Yep.
Maybelle, the mama, I think
Yeah.
she kind of nursed him through that. I don't think Maybelle put up with any crap either.
No, but I think she was a good woman.
Yeah.
She took care of him and believed him, knew that he was talented.
Yeah.
I mean, this is from the movie Walk the Line. If you haven't seen that, such a good movie. It's making me want to watch it again.
Well, I mean, you can be a decent person, but still be.
Oh, he was. I think
he
had
was
some traumatic events happen. Lost his little brother when he was young, and his daddy told him the wrong one died.
Yeah.
That would mess with your mind.
It sure would.
You'd want to try to numb your mind a little bit. Not that I think it's great to get on drugs. I don't. I'm not saying that, but you understand why some people have the wrong choices.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then the way that they took care of young artists that would come to Nashville.
Because he had been there and knew what it was like.
Yeah. The non-performer category, it's Tony Brown. He's a producer, big-time producer and songwriter. Produced
a lot of our favorites.
Dang near everything back in the day. And then the modern era Hall of Famer is Kenny Chesney. Doesn't that make you feel old?
He's the modern one?
Kenny Chesney, yeah.
But Kenny, he deserves it.
He does. 12 CMA awards, including Entertainer of the Year 4 times, 11 ACMs, including Entertainer of the Year 4 times, 6 Grammys. He has over 30 number one singles.
My goodness, I didn't even realize 30 number ones.
Yeah. So, I mean, I totally get Kenny Chesney.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Jason, there's always a story with Jason, and
I've got some Chesney stories.
they're not all good.
No.
Kenny did not like Jason.
My Kenny Chesney stories are not good.
Jason kind of egged him on a little bit.
There was dang near a feud. Dang near a feud.
And he's a Tennessee boy. What are you doing trying to hate on Kenny?
Well, I wasn't hating on Kenny. He started it.
Kenny started it with you?
He started it.
Well, you're going to have to tell some of it now.
Well, he's got a song out. It was a Mac McAnally song, Back Where I Come From.
Great song.
And in the song, he's, I'm an old Tennessean.
Yeah.
And I love that song.
And that was your favorite part, probably, because you're a Tennessean.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was watching him. I went to his show in Atlanta. I was working in Atlanta at the time and had really good seats. You know, they want to take care of the radio people, so I had really good seats. So here he comes. He's about to sing probably my favorite Kenny Chesney song. I know
favorite
that's
line.
weird. And then he gets to that point, and then out comes 2 players from the Georgia Bulldogs. And then he changes the lyrics to, I'm an old Georgia Bulldog. And this was back when I had a little, I drink a little bit. And I decided that I was offended.
What did you do?
I hollered. I called Kenny Chesney names. It was
right there, probably in the front row.
Oh, yeah. He was from me to the.
But you were in
door of the
Georgia. He
studio.
was trying to, play up to the crowd that had spent tons of money to
Let
see
them
him.
sing it. Let them
But
sing it.
I see why you got mad, though. He's actually not just from Tennessee, but from Knoxville.
Well,
The Knoxville
close
area.
to Knoxville.
He's supposed to be
Anyway.
an old Vol.
Now, if he had stuck the microphone out and let them sing that part and then shook,
That wouldn't have bothered you?
his head and been like, oh, you crazy Georgia Bulldogs, I'd have been fine with that. I guess you got to play up to the crowd. But the fact that he sung it, that's what made me mad.
Did you get thrown out of that concert?
I got asked to leave. I didn't get thrown out. I got asked to leave.
I got asked to leave. That's not throwing me. Yeah, you would have got thrown out if you didn't leave.
I've been asked to leave several places.
So, and you
Sheila.
thought, good riddance. I'm leaving because I
Yeah.
don't want to stay with this traitor.
Fine.
Georgia Bulldog.
Fine. I've seen all I need to see anyway, Kenny Chesney.
So for Jason to say Kenny deserves this Hall of Fame, it's a huge deal.
He does deserve it.
But I mean, for you to say that, because you still feel a little bit of angst toward him, I can tell.
I still like old Kenny Chesney. It's 6:49 now. Gosh, we're running late,
Oh,
Sheila.
sorry. I had to have you tell your story.
And we got a real good coming up. And
Ask Jason.
And ask Jason. Oh, my
We
gosh.
got 4 on the week.
Right. Why don't you step it up today?
Yeah.
All right. That's
I think
all.
you can.
All coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Safe firearms storage saves lives. That's why the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security is offering free cable locks to help Tennesseans secure their firearms. Learn where you can request your free cable lock at safestoretn.com. That's safestoretn.com. Brought to you by the Department of Safety and Homeland Security, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service along with Colonial Automotive would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard. Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brooks Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to brooksnightguard.com and enter the code Brooks95. That's BRUX95. Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard.
Discover the true essence of fine dining at Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar in Cookeville, where every meal is a masterpiece. Indulge in their exquisite menu featuring locally sourced ingredients and expertly crafted dishes that ignite your taste buds. And this Friday, be sure to get your Fire and Vine half-price Upper Cumberland Deal $25 gift card for just half price. Don't miss it. It's this Friday at 9 a.m.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:53 now.
And our guest coming up just after 7, Kenzie Simone. She is from Tennessee Tech, and she has something coming up on April 5th called Mad Topics. We're going to talk about OCD and ADHD, which I haven't been diagnosed with, but I might be a little ADHD.
I'm going to say for sure.
My husband and Jason.
I'm not a doctor.
They're not doctors, but they are around me a lot. Wait, Billy Davis.
Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it The Real Good. For the past decade, Caden Jackson, a teenager in Lawrenceville, Georgia, has been on a mission to help those in need. This spring, he's collecting and distributing hoodies to young people who are between homes to make sure everybody feels loved and protected. Over the years, Caden has gathered thousands of winter items like hats, scarves, and gloves. But now with the warmer weather approaching, he's shifting gears to hoodies. You know, all the young people, they wear hoodies year round.
Oh, yeah.
I do
Even
too.
in the summer.
I love to have a hoodie on, like at night, you know, sitting around the house.
I do too. I like the zip up hoodies.
Yeah. He says they're for kids, adults, anybody who needs them. I feel like I'm doing what God has told me to do. Way to go, Caden. That's all we have time for. Caden Jackson, you are real good. All right, Sheila, I am ready for Ask Jason.
Ask Jason. He has gotten 4 questions right so far this week, and it's only the third day.
What's
your topic?
Yeah, is there a topic?
There is. It's about your home or
sometimes-
things you do in your home.
Sometimes there's not.
There's not, and
Sometimes
that's
it's just
harder to
random,
me.
yeah.
Like when you have a topic of them, you can at least know exactly which area to go.
All right, let's have them.
According to a recent study, the average household has 6 of these. What are they? Sometimes people get these on trips as a souvenir. On average, households have 6 of these.
People get them as a suit. Are they useful in any way?
Not really. Just a reminder of your trip and where you've been.
It's not a thimble because that's only my mom.
And that's useful if you want to use it.
It is.
A mug is useful.
Well, let's not be a mug because you said it. So it's not a mug or a thimble. It's probably not a spoon ring. Not enough people have those. The other thing, the thing, we've got some on the side of our refrigerator. They're decorative, and they got all these shells glued to them, and it has like, Gulf Shores, and all this other stuff. But it's decorative, but it's a big magnet.
Yes.
Big magnets.
Magnets. At least household has at least 6 of these. I'd say I have more than those.
Oh, I think we've only got 1 or 2, but they're the biggest magnets on our fridge.
Just like I thought of you with this big magnet.
Right, yeah.
On average, this is question number 2. So now he's got 5 right.
Right, yeah.
Good job. On average, this item in your home is at least 2 years old. What is it?
The box of baking soda.
Oh, that's great. That is a good answer. It is in your fridge, probably, but it's not baking soda. So I gave a really good hint on this, but it's still going to be hard for you to guess the right thing. On average, this item...
Nothing else can really be 2 years old.
It can be that. It depends on how often you clean out your fridge, which I know if it's 1 day over the expiration date, he throws it out.
I throw it out, yeah, because it's done. I don't know anything that could be in your fridge for 2 years and not go bad.
Salad dressing.
Who's keeping salad dressing for 2 years?
Like if I thought I needed to use it, I'd throw it out because I wouldn't use old.
2 years?
2 years.
Well, that'd even have a crusty top.
Ooh, yuck. All right.
I won't eat it if it's got a crusty top either. It may even still be in date.
No.
But if the top's crusty,
You're like, I don't even want to mess with it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's disease on that top.
There is disease on that
yeah,
top.
You're like, woo. All right, last question. 77% of people in a recent survey said they have one of these, but have never used it. What is it?
Well, be a multitude of things, Sheila.
You see how hard these questions can be?
Is it useful?
Yes.
Is it useful every day or
No.
useful some of the time?
Some of the time.
I don't know, manual can opener.
Oh, that's good. And you know what? I actually prefer my manual one to a.
Me too. I don't like the electric.
The electric ones they just seem nastier.
I have no
What
idea.
I mean by that is when you when it opens it's like stuff spills out a little bit more, and I want to have control of it. So I guess I'm controlling.
I have no idea, Sheila. I can't.
It is a flashlight.
Oh.
77% of people have this but never use it.
And they don't live in the Upper Cumberland.
Yeah. Because we have power outages all the
Yeah.
time, and you're working at night sometimes
Uh,
on your car.
yeah. All right. Well, I only got one.
You did. You got five for the week, so not bad.
Coming up, Kinsey Simone, TTU instructor. We're going to talk about mad topics. That's on the way next on Good Morning Cookeville. Stay with us.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
It's yet another order likely challenged in court. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump might get pushback from states to his new executive order requiring them to get proof of citizenship for voters in federal elections and requiring them to only count ballots received by Election Day.
We got to straighten out our election. This country is so sick because of the election, the fake elections and the bad elections.
Well, the president, who has controversially claimed the 2020 election he lost was rigged, is threatening to pull federal funding from states that do not comply. And another executive order he signed dates back to the 2016 election.
So President Trump is directing the FBI to immediately declassify and release all files related to the Russia investigation. So the FBI opened Crossfire Hurricane in July 2016 over allegations that the Trump campaign was colluding with Russian officials to influence the 2016 election. Now, this investigation was picked up by then special counsel Robert Mueller in 2017. But after 2 years of investigating, he did not find any evidence against President Trump or his campaign.
That's Fox's Brooke Singman. President Trump standing by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, who's taken responsibility for mistakenly inviting a journalist into a group chat discussing military action against Houthi militants in Yemen.
This was not classified. Now, if it's classified information, it's probably a little bit different.
Now, Waltz says he's trying to figure out still how he got Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg's number into the group chat on Signal. Democrats want a full investigation. Senator John Ossoff said to the directors of national intelligence and the CIA at an intel hearing,
"This is utterly unprofessional. There's been no apology. There has been no recognition of the gravity of this error."
Now, this morning, House Democrats get to question Tulsi Gabbard and John Ratcliffe about the security breach. While we await an appeals court ruling on controversial deportation flights a federal judge tried to stop, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem will go today to El Salvador to visit the jail now housing the alleged Venezuelan gang members removed from the U.S. America's listening to Fox News.
When you hear the term living better, what do you think about? More money? A bigger house? Maybe a yacht? What about how you feel physically? How you wake up each day? How you sleep? What activities you can and cannot do? When you feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, it doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or even eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call, 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're hurting, in 3 weeks or even days, Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
There are evacuations in areas of North Carolina covered in smoke as wildfires spread in Polk and Henderson counties. At least 3 homes have burned.
The low humidity is contributing, and the winds, high winds also.
Gilran Fire Department Assistant Chief of Operations Chris White. Another wildfire is burning out of control in South Carolina. And while it's bad there, the wildfire disaster is a lot worse in South Korea, where 24 people are dead.
The people killed include firefighters and government workers who died after being trapped by fast-moving flames. Experts say these are among South Korea's worst ever wildfires. 27,000 people evacuated and more than 200 structures destroyed. They include a Buddhist temple that's over 1,300 years old. Acting President Han Duck-soo says emergency workers are finding it hard to extinguish the flames because they're being fanned by strong winds. Only a small amount of rain is expected over the next few days. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Well, President Trump pushes for the U.S. to take control of Greenland, which is a territory of Denmark considering independence. The VP is going to travel there.
Vice President J.D. Vance will join his wife, Second Lady Usha Vance, on a trip to Greenland on Friday.
I'm going to visit some of our guardians in the Space Force on the northwest coast of Greenland.
Vance says other countries have threatened to use Greenland to threaten the U.S. and allies.
Speaking for President Trump, we want to reinvigorate the security of the people of Greenland because we think it's important to protecting the security of the entire world.
Leaders in Greenland and Denmark have called the planned visits by senior Trump administration officials very aggressive and uninvited. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, not much movement this morning. Dow futures are down slightly the day after a 4-point gain. NASDAQ futures also down the day after rising 83 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Construction is expected to start next month on 20 homes in Cookeville that will be occupied by homeless individuals or those in danger of becoming homeless. And according to leaders of the city's public housing authority who told the Herald Citizen this week that the so-called Redbud Village project will likely take 1 year or less to complete. The housing development will be located on Eagles Landing Drive off of Buffalo Valley Road. A Cookeville man is facing charges after pellets from a shotgun he discharged struck a nearby home. Cookeville police charged 70-year-old Randy Leslie Pigman with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment last week. An arrest warrant stated that officers responded to Pigman's neighborhood after residents complained that he allegedly shot a dog. The arrest warrant stated that Pigman admitted to shooting the animal and that officers discovered shotgun pellets had struck a nearby home. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here, live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06.
Well, graduate faculty member at Tennessee Tech, it's our guest, Kinsey Simone.
Woo! Hi.
You brought us some really cool shirts, and you said one of the students at Tech designed the shirts for Mad Topics.
Yes.
It's about anxiety, depression, even menopausal brain. I'm going through it right now.
I saw that book in her pile over here, and I was just
you know
like,
what, Jason?
let me get that out for Sheila before.
He handed me this book. What does that say?
I did witness that, I will say.
And it was like, now I'm just realizing, what did you mean by this? No, I own it, because here's what I do know.
I thought you could benefit from seeing some of the things that are in there.
People do not talk, well, women do not talk about this enough, because I did not know about it until I thought I'd gotten through the roughest part. You know, you got perimenopause, which just starts before everything ends. Leading up to it, then menopause, and I'm like, oh, I had a few night sweats, a few hot flashes, and then that went away, and I'm like, oh, good, I'm past everything. Now it comes the brain fog. I don't know if that's from getting up so early, or if it's just, I think it's something to do with low estrogen. I don't know.
Yes, well, I mean, menopause, brain and depression and anxiety that come along with that is never talked about enough. And
yeah, and I've noticed I've had a little more anxiety, because I thought that was done too. I thought I knew how to.
Oh, yes,
but it's really real. There's so many people, men and women. Not men don't go through. Well, men go through menopause with their ladies. Anyway, anxiety and depression.
Just as crazy.
Well, it's just crazy.
Don't use that C word.
We say mad here.
Mad topics.
Just as mad.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, the anxiety and depression is real for so many people, men and women. So is that where your panel came in, like Mad Topics? It's April 5th, coming up at Tennessee Tech.
Yes.
This is your second year doing this?
Yes. Oh, my goodness. And part of the reason we have shirts and books and everything is because of how much the community just engaged last year on our panel on OCD and ADHD and education. And last year, our attendees said, we really want to hear about anxiety and depression. Those were the two top choices of interest. And so this year we're looking at anxiety and depression, but because those two disorders there's so many different types of depressive disorders, anxiety disorders, even OCD in itself is an anxiety disorder. Because of that, this year we have three great panelists to share lived experience on general anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, depression, and OCD. And then we have books like Menopause Brain, and we're actually launching a Mad Topics lending library in the fall that we're going to preview on April 5th. So I'm really excited.
You are helping folks. You really are, because I think a lot of folks go undiagnosed on things because it's still a topic that people are kind of afraid to talk about.
Yes, it is. It's so stigmatized, not only in education, but in research. And that leads, when we stigmatize disorders, we make people afraid to ask for help or to get help. And then they're stuck thinking they're mad, they're crazy, identity crises. Mad Topics actually last year encouraged me to go back to therapy. And so I've been going for the past 7 months, and it's been amazing. And the only reason I went back was because I no longer felt shame to have to go to therapy from Mad Topics.
Well, the more you talk about it, the more you realize, oh, I'm not that abnormal. There's a lot of people that's going through all this.
Yes, we're all mad here.
We're all mad. We're all a little mad, like the Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
But I know even men go through, different hormone problems and things like that that can affect your anxiety, depression, and things like that.
Oh, yes.
I know my brother-in-law went through hormone therapy because he had cancer. And see, that affects everybody. So it could be medicines you're taking. It could be just trying to put too much pressure on yourself to do well.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. And I'm sorry to hear that. And but you bring
He's doing really good now.
Good. When you bring up a beautiful point, we have 2 men on our panel this year, which I'm really excited about. One, Ben Kraft, is visiting from Nashville OCD and Anxiety Treatment Center, and he's a licensed professional counselor who went into counseling because of his lived experience with depression and anxiety. But our other one, Dr. Todd Schultz, he was diagnosed with PKU, which is a protein disorder, when he was a child.
I've not heard of that.
Oh, yes, it's very rare.
Very
rare. So you cannot have protein.
It makes you worse.
Yes, and the menopause brain, like the brain fog, it gives you that brain fog, but it also has the comorbidity of anxiety. And so he has social anxiety disorder, but it came back really it got stronger a few years ago. And so he's going to talk about anxiety, but diet and how diet plays a role, because people don't understand that these depressive disorders, anxiety disorders, not only can they be genetic, but they can be caused by trauma. They can be caused by childhood trauma, PTSD. There are so many things we don't know.
And
we don't
sometimes
talk
your
about.
diet can affect it.
Yes.
Make it worse or more
heightened,
I guess.
Yes. I was talking with someone yesterday who has anxiety and was saying, I don't really like pharmaceuticals, but herbs help me, and teas. And so everybody has a different journey, but there's never one size fits all. And that's part of Mad Topics. We need the lived experience. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
And you do have to find your own path.
Yes, and you need to accept yourself for that path and not compare it to anybody else. That's been a journey for me this past year that Mad Topics has really taught me a lot about. And the researchers in Mad Studies are very honest with me about, you can't have a one-size-fits-all. That's been a very interesting experience, too.
I think one of my favorite definitions or I guess adjectives, high functioning, because I know there's so many people with anxiety and depression that are high functioning.
Oh, yes.
They put a lot of pressure on themselves. They want to keep going, and people may not realize it. I mean,
no.
There's probably some people who are just good at hiding it too.
Oh yes, we learn to mask because we don't want to be set aside and look different. I say we because anxiety is something I have been diagnosed with.
Yes.
So,
well, I mean, masking is, and it's so harmful for ourselves. It's actually a form of self-harm in a way. But I mean, even you, Sheila and Jason, you have to be on, and you are so energetic, and you give happiness to so many people. I'm sure that causes, burnout, anxiety sometimes, or you have to work really hard against that. And in academia, a lot of my colleagues, there is burnout potential, and it's really important that we talk about it, because if we don't, then we can't prevent, that day when it's like, okay, I give up now, I'm done.
Well, it took me till being in my 50s. I've just now learned to take time for myself, because 20s, 30s, 40s, it was go, 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 go. I'm still going. I still like to go and do things, but I know when I need to just kind of stop.
When you're done peopling.
Done peopling is
I
right.
like that. Done peopling.
Because I love people. I can soak it up, but it does take so much of your energy that I've learned, like acupuncture and things like that really help me.
I've never tried that. That sounds, maybe I should try that.
It's amazing.
Done peopling and acupuncture. I think those are going to be my.
Hey.
Seriously.
We're here to teach.
I love it.
It's 7:14 now. We'll talk to Kinsey Simone a little bit more about Mad Topics and when that's coming up and how you can get involved. All on the way here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
You've prolonged it enough. 1 year quickly turned into 2, 2 years into 10, and now you've lost track of how long it's been since you've seen the dentist.
A trip to the dental office can be a scary thing for many people, but there is help. Hi, I'm Dr. Sandy Hayes.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Hayes. At Hayes Family Dentistry, we're changing the way people think about going to the dentist. We use the latest advancements in dental technology, including sedation dentistry, which offers hope to people who fear going to the dentist, or patients who need to have a lot of dental work done in just fewer appointments.
With one little peel, you'll ease into a state of relaxation and all of your fears will melt away, allowing us to correct years of dental problems, often in just one visit.
For more information, call us at Hayes Family Dentistry, 931-526-1614. That's 931-526-1614. Or visit hayesdentistry.com and find out how easy it is to have the smile you've always wanted.
Life in Tennessee is full of milestones. Your first car, a new home, the family you build, and the business you've worked so hard to grow. Through it all, Farm Bureau Insurance is there to make sure the important things like auto, home, life, and small business are well taken care of. Because when life moves forward, you deserve the peace of mind to enjoy every step along the way. Visit FBITN.com to find the right coverage for your auto, home, life, or business. Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
Looking for incredible deals and unique finds? Discover the Habitat Restore off South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville. From furniture and home decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need to spruce up your space, all at unbeatable prices. Plus, every purchase supports Habitat for Humanity, helping families build their dream homes right here in our community. So why wait? Visit Habitat Restore today and uncover treasures while making a difference. South Jefferson Avenue, right here in Cookeville.
Hey folks, your friend Sean Hannity here. Sadly, imagine a scenario where you or your loved ones face a threat. Your first instinct might be to resort to lethal force, but it is crucial to consider a safer, less lethal alternative first to avoid the legal complications associated with deadly firearms. Byrna's less lethal pistol launcher is equipped with tear gas, kinetic ammunition. It's designed to incapacitate any attacker for up to 40 minutes. Here's a real-life account from a Byrna customer named Adam. Now, Adam encountered a road rage driver who aggressively approached him. Adam dialed 911, armed himself with his Byrna launcher. He aimed the laser at the aggressor's chest. The driver returned to his vehicle and awaited the police. Byrna, it's legal in all 50 states. It requires no background checks, can be shipped directly to your door. Just go to Byrna.com/Hannity. You get 10% off as a discount. That's BYRNA.com/Hannity. And check out their videos while you're there.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio, 7:18 now.
Well, graduate faculty member of TTU, Kinsey Simone, is in here with us. We're talking about Mad Topics. That's coming up April 5th at Tennessee Tech, about OCD, anxiety, depression, ADHD. And you brought us like little gifts too. This is like a little, what do you call it?
Oh, yes.
Brain.
These are brains.
Little stress brain.
Mad Topics 2025 anxiety and depression are the two main things we're talking about, but this is like a stress ball.
Yes, it's like a little fidget toy, and they work. I will sometimes hold them if I'm having a long day and I'm in a meeting, and you know, when you just need to.
And of course, it's purple for Tennessee Tech.
Yes, purple and gold. And actually, the psychology department at Tennessee Tech started the brain stress balls. I think they had that idea, and so I kind of stole that idea from them because I was great. You got to have a brain, you know.
The medulla oblongata.
Oh, look at that.
That's not true.
That's a sling blade.
That's from Water Boy.
And sling blade.
I have no medical background.
Right.
Well, no, that's from the movie Water Boy. That's what makes alligators so mean.
So are we alligators? No.
I don't know. I was just being silly.
Saying he's a good stress reliever.
Anxiety,
I need it. Yeah.
Anxiety and depression, those are things that can absolutely lock you up.
Yes.
I mean, you can be frozen by those two things and not be able to really function the way you should, make friends even.
Yes.
Those two are the worst, it seems to me, outside looking in. But do you address that when you're just not to get frozen in your tracks, that whatever you're doing is okay? And that most people didn't even notice. I mean, is that something that y'all talk about?
Oh, yes. And I'm so happy you brought that up because, I mean, and that's the scariest part is someone could be stuck and no one else knows that they're stuck. And they may not even know they're stuck, but they're miserable. A lot of our panelists, our three panelists, Katie, Ben, and Todd, will touch on feelings of being stuck wherever they were in their journeys and also feelings of how they overcame that. But the main thing is, and what Doug, our moderator, and our two LPCs will touch on is you're not alone and you're doing everything you can and that's okay. And where you're at right now is exactly where you need to be because where else would you be? We can't change it.
Right.
So, and anxiety and depression, they are monsters because not only can they be their own entity as a depressive disorder or an anxiety disorder, but a lot of the times they are comorbidities or, in other words, a diagnosis that happens at the same time with other diagnoses. Or
does one cause the other, or do they both just manifest in the same way?
A lot of the times they will manifest kind of together simultaneously. So sometimes, for example, with OCD, it's always anxiety, but sometimes, especially in overwhelming parts of life, there might be spurts of 2 weeks of depression, and you never know when they're coming on, and it sucks, but you get through it, and the most important thing is to not be guilty about that.
Right.
You didn't do anything wrong. It's just, we are all a little mad, and I'm sure there's been times in our life where we've all been pretty down, and maybe we didn't realize that we could have asked for help at that point.
Yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah.
I understand a lot about it, but I don't have a lot of that. I don't have a lot of anxiety. I'm very much move on to the next thing,
That is awesome.
And, I've had to learn that, that's not something that, when I was younger or whatever, I would have a little bit. I'm not sure I dealt with it in the correct way, but as I've gotten older and things, that level has really, it's bottomed out.
Good.
I don't, I don't feel those same feelings anymore.
And see, I got to that point where I thought I was over everything, and then menopause kind of triggered some, the brain fog, and that gives you anxiety because I'm like, am I going crazy?
Well, I think when you're younger too, you're trying to fit in so much, and you're trying to have the things you're supposed to have, and
and social media is significantly correlated positively with higher anxiety and higher depressive
rates. You're
rates.
comparing yourself to everybody now.
All the time.
The worst thing you can do, and then I have to pull myself out of it, is compare yourself to others.
Yes.
It is so bad. I mean, I do that on a daily basis too. I see somebody else doing good, and I want to do as good as them, and I'm thinking, do as good as you can do,
and you're doing the best, and it's that's almost a compulsion in itself, a little ritual that I think social media social media in itself is addictive, which makes the process of comparing ourselves to another person addictive. Mad Topics actually encouraged me to delete all my social media, to be completely honest.
But if it makes you healthier,
it does.
A great positive thing to do.
I had lunch for the first time the other day just for fun with some people because
I've been take pictures. pictures.
And it's yes, exactly, and it's just interesting what social media does, but it can also be used for good, and it's just very interesting. But the cool thing about Mad Topics is our psychologists and our licensed counselors there will talk about strategies and supportive strategies, practical things that people can take home to do themselves or to give to a loved one or a friend.
Yeah.
Or to just know, if you're sitting here and you get an email or something and someone seems really not okay, and in the past you might have just said, well, someone else will deal with it, maybe you'll know how to be a friend. You don't have to be a therapist. You just have to be a friend.
Well, a lot of people just need to be heard.
Yes, just need to be heard.
Not to address it. Like sometimes people might say some things that they may not realize that it's the wrong thing to say. Well, just forget about it. Well, I wish my mind could turn off and.
I'm real bad for that.
Oh. Well, because you're good at it.
I'm naming any names.
I'm just real bad at just move on. Well, why are you even worried about that?
But sometimes I do need to hear that.
Does that matter in 5 years?
Sometimes you do need to hear it. I mean, and I had a conversation with my therapist the other day actually about people with anxiety. If meditative practices, mindfulness are as good for them because they're always in their head. Do they need to stay in their head, or do they need to maybe get out of their head?
Out of my head.
Yeah, and it's a lot we don't know.
Sometimes in your head is the worst place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And like anxiety, I think you're the one that said this last time. Intrusive thoughts doesn't always mean harming yourself, but you harm yourself sometimes by saying I'm not good enough, or am I as good as them, or
self-harm.
It's like get out of that routine, but that's easier said than done.
Oh,
but
yes.
The panel here is going to help us do that and understand.
Oh,
if we
yes.
understand how we are kind of worked and wired, we can learn to combat some of the hard days that we might have.
Oh my gosh, yes! Just the knowledge I had last year, has made me grow as a person, and also the thing with the panel is that once you go and you hear those lived experiences and the clinical perspectives, not only do you feel self-love for yourself, but you realize that our value is not our production worth. So we live in a society that thinks that. This is a 2-hour free therapeutic experience where you're forced to just sit, listen, and feel, and you're told it's okay.
Right.
It's coming up April 5th. It's from 3 to 5 at the Stone Cipher Hall.
Yes, doors open at 1:30 for mental health resource fair.
Now, where is Stone Cipher Hall at?
So it is, if you're going up 7th Street, it's the new science building, and parking will be everywhere, but there'll be signs all around campus pointing you in the direction. But it's across from the big new beautiful walkway. You can't miss it. And it's a big glass building on the side.
So do people have to sign up for this, or can?
Oh, great question. Yes. So you do not have to sign up, but we do recommend RSVPing. Maybe you'll get a free t-shirt. You can RSVP at tntech.edu/madtopics or email madtopics@tntech.edu for any questions that you have.
So it is free, and you don't have to be a member of tech.
No, any community members.
Oh, so anybody from the community can come.
Oh, yes. Educators can get 2 hours professional development hours, and counselors and psychologists can get 2 hours continuous education hours.
That's wonderful.
Parents can come get things for their children. And also, we're going to be launching our lending library soon. So come find books on children.
Menopause brain.
Yes. Postpartum depression, OCD, ADHD, autism, anxiety,
Girl,
all the things.
I own it. I know who I am.
Yes.
I know who I am.
I'm going to get you a copy.
And I do need one. Here's the deal, though. Owning it's felt like a freedom for me, just owning who I am and then explaining, what I go through sometimes. Yes. And I feel like that is kind of a superpower because you're helping others to kind of say, oh, I'm not alone.
Not alone. You're going to be with yourself forever is what I kind of think. So someday when I'm 80, I'm going to hope that I love myself the whole time. And
well, you might as well. You're stuck with you.
I know you're stuck with. I know I'm stuck with me, right? It's a little scary.
Happy to be stuck with you.
That's what I'm working on,
Yeah.
We're all working on every day. But Mad Topics, it embraces the mad, whether you're mad identified, mad ally, mad or whatever, we're all here. We all love each other. It's time to love, hug each other, have compassion, and change the culture, change the world.
We're all a little off anyway.
We are. We're cray-cray.
We
are.
It's normal.
I don't know what
Who's
normal is.
No one's normal.
They're not fun when they're normal.
No.
Yeah, stop trying to be normal.
Yeah, stop. That's the message.
Embrace your mad.
Embrace madness.
This is all coming up again April the 5th, so it's just right around the corner. 3 to 5, doors open at 1:30, and the first 50 do get a t-shirt. And that email address again is madtopics@tntech.edu or tntech.edu/madtopics. I wanted to be sure to get that out there again because Kinsey talks really fast.
Oh, do I? I have a lot to say, Jason.
A lot to get out.
Just want to slow that down for everybody who's been trying to take notes or something.
Like, what did she say again?
My students say that too.
Oh my gosh. That's the fastest talking I've ever heard in my life.
No, and I thought I talked.
Sorry.
No.
I get excited. You guys excite me.
I love it.
Well, Kinsey, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
You both. I love you. These are the best two people in the world.
Oh,
Seriously.
Lord.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I think
you
you're
are
great for doing what you're doing, too.
Oh, thank you for talking about it. I'm just so excited.
Coming up, we've got Billy Davis. He's the president and grand poobah of Upper Cumberland Tourism Association. So we'll talk to her coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Construction is expected to start next month on 20 homes in Cookeville that will be occupied by homeless individuals or those in danger of becoming homeless. And according to leaders of the city's Public Housing Authority, who told the Herald Citizen this week that the so-called Redbud Village project will likely take 1 year or less to complete. The housing development will be located on Eagles Landing Drive off of Buffalo Valley Road. A Cookeville man is facing charges after pellets from a shotgun he discharged struck a nearby home. Cookeville police charged 70-year-old Randy Leslie Pigman with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment last week. An arrest warrant stated that officers responded to Pigman's neighborhood after residents complained that he allegedly shot a dog. The arrest warrant stated that Pigman admitted to shooting the animal and that officers discovered shotgun pellets had struck a nearby home. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat White County 12-0 in 5 innings. Senior Julian Yano pitched a no-hitter on the mound for the Bees. Russell Wilson is signing with the New York Giants to be their next starting quarterback. Wilson is signing a 1-year deal that could be worth $21 million and will get $10.5 million in guaranteed money. Jameis Winston also agreed to a deal with the Giants, who already have Tommy DeVito on the roster. With Sean Miller leaving Xavier for Texas, the Musketeers are bringing in Richard Pitino, fresh off his round of 32 exit with the New Mexico Lobos. Pitino went 53-18 in the last 2 seasons with New Mexico and made the NCAA tournament both years. He joins the Big East with Xavier, where his father, Rick Pitino, won the Coach of the Year award with St. John's. The Nashville Predators beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 last night. Elsewhere in the NHL, the Golden Knights beat the Wild 5-1, Blues over the Canadiens 6-1, and the Jets beat the Capitals 3-2. In the Capitals' 3-2 win over the Jets, Alex Ovechkin scored his 889th goal of his career and is now just 6 away from Wayne Gretzky's record. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
A man is hurt following a Monday evening shooting in Nashville's Glencliff neighborhood. Metro Nashville police responding to the scene on Bridgeway Circle shortly before 6 o'clock. Authorities say the victim was involved in an argument with 2 other men when one of them shot him in the arm, then fled. He was taken to Vanderbilt Medical Center with non-life-threatening injuries. No details on the suspect have been released thus far. Showboats head coach Ken Weisenhunt announcing he's taking a leave of absence days before the start of the United Football League season. A statement released by the UFL Executive Vice President of Operations states Weisenhunt is stepping away for personal reasons. The Showboats will start their 3rd season Sunday in a game against the Michigan Panthers at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. Offensive line coach Jim Turner will serve as the interim head coach until Weisenhunt returns. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I might look like an adult, like a person who could possibly be a parent, but I have no idea how to talk like one. And everyone knows that if you want to be a parent, you have to sound good when you say things like, "Don't make me turn this car around," or "Because I said so," or "Don't make me come back there." I don't even really know what those things mean, but I know that I actually believed my parents when they said them to me. How did they manage to sound so convincing? Here we go. "Don't make me come back there." Ugh, no, that's not tough enough at all. Kids can sense weakness. "Don't make me come back there." Ooh, yeah, that's better. In fact, that kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to listen to you practice your dad voice. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
K-9 Agent Faith retired yesterday, according to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation officials. She's ending her career on her 9th birthday after spending the last 8 years serving people across Tennessee. Faith has been deployed to over 300 fire scenes, public awareness events, and training sessions. Officials say she specializes in sniffing out accelerants that are often used to set fires, and she's helped to successfully prosecute some arsonists. Faith is leaving her work to go live with her handler Mark Delaney and his loved ones in East Tennessee. Senators Marsha Blackburn and Bill Hagerty are asking President Donald Trump to name a new CEO to the Tennessee Valley Authority. WATE reporting the senators wrote an op-ed which was published by Power magazine last week. The op-ed criticizes TVA leadership and states they're unable to handle a small modular reactor project that will bring nuclear energy to Tennessee. The senators are requesting Trump to name an interim CEO to replace Jeff Lyash, who's retiring. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Despite chilly temperatures to start today, we'll warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine to go around. Highs this afternoon will top out in the low to mid-60s. West-northwest winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly clear overnight with lows around 40. Winds will be calm. Thursday will be mostly sunny with highs around 70.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila's here, live in the Willow Window Studio. 7:36 now.
We're so excited to have this beautiful lady in here with us from Upper Cumberland Tourism Association, Billy Davis. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Doing awesome.
Yeah.
Billy, how long have you been the president of the? It's not been too long, has it?
No, I've been the president for 2 years, the executive
director.
director.
Yeah, executive director.
Yeah, but I've been on the board for 8 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been there for a little while.
Yeah.
It's really a great organization because it's bringing the entire Upper Cumberland together. We know that Shan does a great job here in Putnam County, but this is a 14 county area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all the above, and to bring those 14 counties together to work together to have more of a tourism impact. Am I getting all this right?
You're getting it right. You're
nailing it.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
Yeah.
What I think that you guys have done a great job at, I think of local being the whole Upper Cumberland, really.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody works so well together at bringing people here or educating about what we have here. And it's really just a plethora of so many different things to see and do. And that's why this area is so important.
I agree. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, with the 14 counties, we're so much stronger as a whole. Every county has something special to offer, but whenever you really blend that region together, it's amazing. It's a destination.
It is. And I didn't realize it was that big a destination. I grew up around here,
Mm-hmm.
and I know Sheila's been here for a long time as well, but being lucky enough to be part of this organization and then being able to see how tourism impacts. I had no idea about some of the stuff, even in McMinnville.
Yeah.
You know, they were talking about McMinnville at one of these meetings, and I had to raise my hand and go, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah. Where is this place?
And then, well, it's been there since before the Civil War. I was like, "Oh, so it's
You're
not
like, I need to go.
so it's not recent." You know, somebody should have said something. You know, what was it? The Black House
Oh.
that they were talking about in McMinnville.
Is it a barbecue place? Or?
No, it's just a historic home.
Oh, okay.
But there was
There's a good barbecue place.
yeah, there was that too. And I remember.
And I have not. I hadn't been to the Black House either. I need to do that.
So there's all this stuff that I don't care if you've been here your entire life.
There's always something to learn.
You
and
may
know.
not know about.
Right.
And so I was shocked to learn that, and then realizing that, you know what, we need to be locals need to be tourists again.
Exactly.
And it was like even this past weekend, the Chocolate Gravy Festival.
In Salina. Oh my gosh.
It was slam packed. Did you see? Did you go?
I didn't get to go, but I heard.
Slammed.
Yeah. Well, it's chocolate gravy.
Yeah.
All right.
We're in the South.
Yeah. So I mean, in promoting all of that, you know, that's part of the job, you know, to spread the word out to everybody outside even Tennessee or Putnam County or you know, the Upper Cumberland. But how important is it that as people from here go and experience this stuff?
I think that that's vital, honestly. That's one of the big things I think too. Whenever you're talking about, maybe you live in Van Buren County and you go to Macon County or you go to Pickett County, that's still considered tourism. Anything more than 50 miles is a tourist. And when you're still spending money in your region, so
Right.
I think that that's amazing. And you're impacting your region when you spend money here and you visit here. And there's so much to do. You don't have to drive 3 hours to
Right.
see incredible waterfalls or to go to a really cute boutique or to have amazing food. Some of the most exciting things that have happened as I've taken over is really trying some of our restaurants. They're incredible. And I'm like, how are you here in the middle of this space that I haven't heard about?
And some are big time chefs at these restaurants.
It's incredible.
Or they've been like their own homemade recipes, and they should be a chef because I
Right.
mean, it's so many great places in the Upper Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably still discovering it too.
Every day. And
Yeah.
that's exciting for me, though.
Yes.
I went the other day. The Explore Nash group that does the influencing on social media, they invited me to join them on a barbecue joint that they were doing in Livingston. And it was absolutely incredible. I was like, oh,
Which one was it?
I
That
knew you were gonna
brazen?
ask me
Was
to-
it brazen?
yes.
Delicious.
Have you had it?
Delicious.
I would put that barbecue up against any I've had. And it's just
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's incredible. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
You know, when you find things like that in your region and you're like, that's Nashville quality or better, you know?
Talk to us too about, you know, the economic impact, because that really blew me away too.
Oh, it did me too.
I thought that, you know, Gatlinburg would be like head and shoulders, but here, come to find out, we're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a region we are.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got the 14 counties and we have some really strong counties. And that is the other thing about regional tourism that is so impactful. You have those strong counties that kind of help lift up some of the more rural destinations and help support them. And that's vital to not just the region, but just our people as in the state as well. But yeah, there's obviously an economic impact for the individuals living here, but I think we talked about this at one of the meetings. Something I think that resonates more with people is you have a restaurant. We won't use that one. We won't use that as an example, but you have a favorite restaurant maybe that you love. Maybe the locals aren't enough to keep that restaurant in business, but the tourists coming in will keep your favorite restaurant in business year round.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's so important to consider that if you get frustrated because people are coming in, they're keeping your places in business so you can visit.
When things have come to Cookeville, you know, there's a big sporting event or something, or anyway, and you know that, you know, Restaurant Row is going to be packed.
Oh yeah.
That's the perfect opportunity to drive out a little bit.
Of course.
And go and try something else, like that steakhouse in Smithville.
Yeah.
Aces, is that the name of it? Stop it.
Delicious.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's a nice little trip out there. It's not that far.
Oh, and even the cool shops like the Brotique. It's instead of a boutique, it's for the guys with
The
T-shirts and
mailroom.
things. Yes.
The mailroom, yeah.
I mean, that is such a unique, great idea.
Well, it had been so long since I'd seen Smithville without a bunch of tents around the square. You know,
Yeah, because of Smithville Fiddlers Jamboree.
right? Or some other festival that I went to, and those are all great. But I went to Smithville just on a day.
And you saw the lifeblood of Smithville.
Oh my
really,
gosh.
the day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's almost cooler without the festival going on.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job with their downtown and their shops, their food scene. Everything it's incredible in Smithville. They're doing a great job.
And Billy, we talk about all the time how this is why I love the Upper Cumberland, because every little town has its own personality and it's all great. It's all just great, but you got to go to a daily thing and not just always you do support the festivals, but go and be a part of just day-to-day life from time to time and just enjoy these towns, because if you talk to the locals, you do get the personality of the town.
Yeah.
Well, and something else, and Billy, maybe you can touch on this. The people who come every year just to like from out of the country or even far away from here that come just to experience a high school homecoming parade. I was like, what? These people don't have these things.
Yeah.
I mean,
we forget how lucky we are to be in this area, that we still have all those great traditions.
I agree.
That add to the personality of the town.
Yeah. That's something that which Jason and I were talking about this with our branding process, a lot of the research that we put into place. We have something that not a lot of places have. And again, when you look at us regionally with 14 counties, we have some incredible small towns. And people love small town charm, and we are loaded with it.
Yes, we are.
So, I mean, we have it in so many different places. That's one of the trails. That's one of the initiatives that we're doing with the Upper Cumberland Tourism Association. You know, of course, we have the wine trail, we have the waterfall trail, we have the quilt trail. We're trailing it up, because we have so much to feature.
right. Well, we're talking about we need a chocolate gravy trail.
Yes.
I love that was a success. I love it whenever a county or a business, somebody does something kind of like, you know what, let's try this. And then it's a home run.
And then it worked.
Right.
In Solana, for them to do it, I'm just so thrilled.
And there were people from Chattanooga, even Georgia, that came to be a part of that festival.
Right.
And it's their first one. That's huge. That's great.
It'd be great to have, any little restaurant that does chocolate gravy for breakfast. There should be a map.
Yes.
Because I would go and visit every single one.
Who has the best chocolate gravy?
We're talking to Billy Davis with the Upper Cumberland Tourism Association. More with her coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, as we study through the Gospel of Matthew right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
Cookeville Regional Charitable Foundation provides programs and services for patients in need in our Upper Cumberland community. Learn more at cookevilleregionalcharity.org. Our foundation is compassionate care. Your gift helps us heal.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. One of our clients says something interesting about why he chose us. He said the financial advisor he had worked with up to this point in his life wasn't the one to get him through retirement. Is that you? You've made it this far, but you recognize you don't get a do-over when you're actually in retirement. It's not too late to feel confident about your financial future. The first step is easy. Set up a phone consultation or in-person meeting with any of our offices by calling us at 615-851-1950 or just go to paulwinkler.com.
And now, located in Cookeville.
Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Upfront, honest, home.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-771-1300, 800-771-1300, 800-771-1300.
If you're struggling to pay the mortgage, Making Home Affordable is a free government resource that can make it easier. Call 888-995-HOPE. or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:49 now.
Billy Davis is with Upper Cumberland Tourism. Well, she's the Upper Cumberland Tourism Association president. So
Executive Director.
Oh, excuse me. Executive Director, President, and all things possible.
Grand Poobah.
Yeah, he said that earlier, and I love that.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm going to change my business cards.
But we do appreciate what you do for this area, and I think people don't realize how marketing and tourism really help all the businesses here in the Upper Cumberland.
Well, that and honestly, individually or as a family, your property taxes.
Yes.
I mean that having
It really does make a difference having other people come in and help with those taxes.
And I know what some of you are thinking because you grew up here or whatever, and you're like, who the heck? I mean, what's even going on? It can't be that big a deal.
It is.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's a lot.
I couldn't believe it. Shocked at the number that they put up because they've been doing a lot of research about this area, and Billy and the whole team have really been working hard at branding the Upper Cumberland to make it easier for the whole 14 county area to work together. And but when they were going through about what people are spending while they're here, blew me away.
Right.
I had no idea. I mean, it's got to be in the top 3 or 4 of our industries. I mean, as far as money that comes in, it has to be.
I mean, tourism is a business.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you remember that number? What it was?
I don't.
Wasn't it like 300 and something? I mean, it was like a ridiculous.
It was
number.
up there, and I know when I first heard it, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I ran back and told all them. I was like, y'all gonna believe this?
Yeah. And we knew as just a business that we do, we knew it's important, tourism and marketing, but just to how many people it does bring to the area, that has to affect the businesses and families here.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's what it does for our region is incredible. And you take Putnam, you take Cumberland County. Those are 2 really strong counties. And it's definitely an impact for those 2, but it also bleeds out into those other counties, which they need it. They need the tourism that comes into this region, and we can sustain that as a region. You know, you have the lodging, and you have a ton of restaurants here in Putnam County, but you have all of those other things that people can do when they're here. And we were just talking about the drive time. You can go 30 minutes from Putnam County, and you can be maybe 45 minutes. You could be at Twin Falls and Rock Island with stunning waterfall.
Yeah.
Incredible food, all the things in Warren County. You can be at Fall Creek Falls. Like, it's just amazing. Or you can be sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper in a bigger city. So
Right.
really what you get here when you come as a tourist versus...
It's so much better.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I didn't realize there was that many international visitors as well until I got involved with you guys. Tell us a little bit about that. How did they even find out about us?
Well,
tourism.
Marketing, Jason.
Yeah. Well, I know, but
no,
you know,
I'm teasing. But no, yeah, that's a great question. The state of Tennessee does a fantastic job promoting the state of Tennessee. Like the people in the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, they do a phenomenal job just target marketing people who are coming over.
And they court other countries and everything too. For lack of better words.
No, they do. You're absolutely
like for businesses to come here, big corporations, and that word of mouth. Even if they don't come here, they've learned about us and they're talking about us.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And they bring in groups. I'm talking groups of travel planners from overseas, from all the different countries that will come over. They put together itineraries for them to come and just kind of visit and see what we have to offer. Those people go back and help put together vacation packages to come back.
Because you were talking about Southern charm. Other countries love our Southern charm, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's, honestly, from what I've learned, that's our biggest draw.
It is. Yeah.
The biggest draw.
Friendly, nice.
I mean, yeah, the waterfalls, yeah, the small towns. The biggest draw is us.
The people.
I mean, right? I mean,
yeah.
Not that we're a zoo or anything, but
zoo.
But you know, we're kind of
look at us.
You know,
we are so nice.
we are. I mean, but
they can't get that in a lot of other places.
Oh,
and
gosh,
I do
no.
think this is a different area, and we don't realize until we do kind of step out and visit other places, and we're like, you know, it's pretty special here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's when I left that meeting, I was like, holy crap.
I'm in a great place.
It's us. We're the product here. Yeah. Well, part of the product, you know,
we're welcoming. We're very welcoming.
Upper Cumberland.
Yeah.
And you know, if we continue to do that, that more word will spread. But I didn't even think about that we are part of this process.
Well, we want to show off all the good things that we've got too. Like when we know somebody's visiting, we're like, hey, let's take you to this place.
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
what about this?
But the waitress or waiter at any of these,
honey, sweetie, baby doll.
right? You know, that's, you know, the bartenders, they're going to get asked a lot of questions.
Yep.
They are part of the tourism arm of all of this.
Yes.
And the fact that we do have nice people that do good things and that know where people go.
They're
and
very accessible, and they answer your questions. They feel, you know, we're approachable here, where we can talk to each other, and they feel like, oh, I can ask them. They seem nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the best place locally, or so? And we are all so proud of this area.
And I think
I
we're
believe it
helpful by
carries
nature.
over. Yeah.
We just want to
Absolutely,
help.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we want to be that, you know.
Well, how many times have you went to a place? I've went to other states, and I'm like, oh, this is a really good food, but then you get somebody's not as friendly. It just doesn't feel
I
as
call it
warming.
Ohio.
Yeah. It's a world of difference. So when when you've got good food, good businesses, good boutiques, and then sweet people on top of that, I mean, come on, we got a gold mine here.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that, you know, a lot of people, when they think about branding, they think about the name. They're so focused on the name. But that's something that I have learned so much through Chandler Thinks. The brand is more of an identity. And finding our identity is really definitely outdoor recreation, because we're outdoor recreation rich.
Yeah.
But it is our culture. It's our people. It's our food. It's, like you said, it's the Southern charm that we have. And you bundle that all together, and then that's our brand. And it's pretty incredible.
It is.
I mean, my eyes have been wide open since being a part of this organization. Is just, wow, what an impact what an impact tourism makes on this area. And then watching everybody work together too.
Yes,
I think that's one of the
what
coolest
sets us
things.
apart too. And then we're talking about the great people that are in charge, like Billy, very accessible, very sweet. Shan and all her group. Then we've got others from other parts of the Upper Cumberland. It's great. And then Rafferty Cleary from, you know, he's Monterey cultural administrator there.
Yeah.
So everybody working together just to, you know, build it even stronger.
And that's one thing with our board that I think is really interesting is we have all 14 county. We have a chamber director from all 14 counties.
Yes.
So we are in the know with all the businesses, which I think is really fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we have a representative also from each 14 counties.
Yeah.
So they're going to represent a business, a restaurant, an industry. So it's a 28-member board, but that lets us kind of know what's
Mhm.
going on and
Yeah.
get fresh ideas. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, the ideas are just unbelievable from everybody. So many talented people that Billy's got together, it's like the Justice League. But
Oh, yeah.
But for tourism.
And then we can't leave out Miss Amy New with our chamber too here. I mean, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, good
Things
stuff.
they do for this area. I mean, y'all do a great job.
Well, Billy, I know that this is early for you, so thank you so much for getting up early and coming and talking to us and letting us know the importance of tourism and what the Upper Cumberland Tourism Association is doing and how that's bringing money here to the area, keeps our taxes low, get other people to. We're basically getting other people to build our roads.
Yeah, so
So-
be nice to people and
Yeah, be
even
nice.
in traffic.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice to.
Be nice to each other.
That's right.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. Good morning, Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Real quick, tomorrow, Sheila.
From the river, Steve Taboo. He'll be in with us talking about a drone special that's coming
Oh,
up.
it sounds so cool.
Cannot wait to hear that. And then Randy Porter, our Putnam County Mayor.
Oh, I get to be I told you so guy.
Yeah, for Randy. I invited him in for you.
Good. I can't wait.
Home Depot and Turk.
I got that right from the get.
This is
I knew
News Talk
exactly what was
107.7 and
happening.
1400.
So watch
The
us
Hub.
tomorrow or listen
Good
to
morning,
us, and maybe you
Cookeville.
can feel him rolling his eyes.
W299
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
107.7 FM and AM 1400 WHUB Cookeville.